All right. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here. Thank you for joining us on Old Gray Bricks for our Thursday night live show. And we got a full house today and probably have some of our friends who will be joining in and out later as we go through the night. So let me pop to the full room here. And if you're one of our normal guests or one of the folks who said they were coming in, we may just have to bounce in and out a little bit because we do have 10 and we're full. And so some folks may bow out or maybe not doing the whole time. So keep trying to get in if you are on the invite list. And we're glad you're here. Anyway, so going around the room, we've got a new friend with us, Adam. We'll be talking to him. He's our special guest and all that kind of stuff. So, hey, y'all, welcome Adam and everything.
Hey.
Anyways, yeah, how you doing? Good to have you. He is a Georgia boy now. And he's got some really cool stuff. We've got Gil here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Georgia boy.
Here. Yeah, that's right. How much fried stuff have you eaten since you moved here, by the way? Adam, have you picked up the fried foods? Have you eaten the fried foods since you moved here? Yeah.
Oh man, I've been eating fried food since before Georgia, but I mean, I love me some chicken. So,
all right,
Mary Mac's room in Atlanta. I mean, that's the place to get it. So,
Mary Mac's, yes, Mary Mac's is the best.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I got a couple folks knocking at the door to get into the chat, to the online. Just hang on. We'll try to let you in here in a bit. StreamYard doesn't let me have a green room. So I got Gil here from the Great White North. Dana here also in Fryland. Brian also here in Fryland with his magnificent Lego background. Mr. Mark Sandlin, the Fleet North is here. Ryan is here. Bricksmith is here. Magnus, the man with the cool name. Can you change your first name to Ultra before Magnus? Is that possible?
I suppose I could. I mean, I could just confuse everyone by calling myself Magnus Ultra.
That's his evolved form.
Yeah, that's right. And just off the screen and now off and muted is Rich Seamus, who is packing up and moving soon. So let's actually start with him. Rich, tell us what is going on in your Lego room today.
I am following some small advice on a few items to actually put some things in a baggie, but not a whole lot. Just things I know that will fall out if it's jiggled a little bit. But I've got a storage facility container at a storage place. I moved 5 of my bulk Lego bins to that facility today. I'm not sorry, 10 of them, plus some things. And I started going to take all this out. If you want to see the empty spot in my garage, I will show you.
No, I'm pretty okay, but
no, I want to see. I want to see you receive 20 comments.
That's right. Yeah. I didn't know if that was like what the kids were calling it nowadays. Anyway, go ahead.
In at least a few weeks, we'll get a U-Haul. We'll wrap these in saran wrap in the wrap and move them out just like that. That stack, all those stacks. So when you see this going, you'll know that we're really on our way.
Are you bagging each individual bin in the bin, or
just a couple things like the ball with the Technic pin, and the ball with the axle. I'm gonna bag those because I know they'll bump out and fall to the bottom of my Arco drawer. I actually did the Technic half pin with the Legion stud, and the one with the clip half for the half beam. I did those as bagged up, but that's about it. These are about all the things I'm going to do that I know will jiggle out. Maybe a couple others, but not much. Not many things. I'm just going to saran wrap all of it, each of these Arco bins. Here.
Wow.
Sweet. Yeah. When I moved those, I bagged every drawer and everything I had, man, because I didn't want any spillage. So,
well, ain't none of this coming out. So, I'm okay with that. That's not coming out.
You will be surprised.
Hey,
You'll be surprised.
Hey, I used to be in the military. My Lego has been all over the world. and I've been able to retain 90% of it, even without these kinds of precautions.
All right, good deal. By the way,
So,
there are a few
okay.
folks saying they want to see it. I'm not sure. Anyway, if you drag out there, I'll go back to you. So, all right, let's go to
Okay.
Magnus. Magnus, what's going on, man?
I'm good. It's almost the weekend.
For real, right?
Yeah. What's going on most significantly since Monday is that a lot of brick showed up in the mail, including stuff that had spent over a month on its way from Germany. And I think I have enough brick. Mostly, I'll have to get a few small, like sort of specialized parts, but I have enough basic building brick to finish my big castle project.
Oh, cool. Hey, show. Can you show everybody? Do you have the snake tower, the small one, and the tall one?
Oh yeah.
The small one is here.
You showed this on Messy Monday, and it was really cool.
Oh, thank you.
Whoa.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
That's looking great. Yeah.
The snake at the top
Well,
was awesome.
this is a funny little minifig that just happens to be here randomly. This is from Dan and Sonny's wedding, 10 however long years ago that was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Dan and Sonny. See, he was just randomly standing there. Anyway, yeah. So this is like that, and I'll show you also how I got the sloped walls in case that's not entirely clear.
Yes, please.
Scoot
the other way. There you go.
There you go.
Cool.
Ah.
Oh, they're just kind of leaned in on each other. That's cool.
Yeah, like they're attached with these clips here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks really nice with those. I thought they were click edges, but I guess they're clips. Those
They're
are
just
nice.
regular clips, but so long as you
Yeah.
the thing is actually about 2 or 3 plates down into this base plate here, which is what kind of keeps it from. So long as you secure around the edges, so it doesn't sort of fall outwards, it doesn't really need to be supported that much inside. Like here, you also see how it actually sits.
Oh, okay.
So they just kind of
Right.
4 lean in towards each other. And was there a question there?
No, we were marbling. Now you have the big one. Where's the big tower? Is it right behind the? You showed us this.
Yes.
We got to see it. We saw this Monday, but it was really cool. So I want to show everybody here tonight. It's awesome.
So this one here is the one I just showed you. That's on a 32 stud wide surface. That's how big this thing is, and it was built as a sort of technology demonstrator to explore that building technique. So I can have a go at this,
Wow.
There it is.
which is very exciting and very expensive. And
I'm the only big castle guy. What?
that's my summer fall project.
Very cool.
That's super cool. All right, Brick
Awesome.
Smith, you got to make a leaning tower in pink, man. Come
Oh,
on,
I'm
man.
gonna do my best, man.
All right, let's go back. Rich is in his garage now, where the dead hitchhikers. I mean, his old bricks are.
Yes. These are 1, 2. So that's the 10 recycling bins worth of stuff that's out. Plus, I took a couple of these. There were 2 more up here this size.
Man, yeah, Rich. I
There's-
think you
and
need to
there's
buy some
stuff
Lego. We
behind.
don't have enough.
There's stuff behind there. That's why it's pushed out.
That's
Oh,
where
and
There's
by the
people
way, I
back
have to
behind
go
there
pay
that
for my
don't know the war is over.
By the way, I have to go this weekend, the big Saturday, and go pay for my 2 lug book orders, one for Wama Lug and one for Wama LTC. So that has to actually, when it actually comes in, it'll go straight into storage until I can do my thing, finally.
Well, I used to say that if a tornado ever hit my house, it would be the most colorful debris field ever. But I would say you have picked up that moniker well. So,
The monochromes are gone, the black and the gray.
okay,
So
gotcha.
it's all colored.
All right. All right. Let's head to Bricksmith. Bricksmith, what is going on in your world today?
I went to the Lego store because it was my wife's birthday and got her some Harry Potter, and I got a pick-a-brick cup. But I got a little bit more. Oh, look at all that, lady. Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, Coral.
Carl and Teal. Yeah. But I got one of these in the mail today.
That's an envelope.
It is an envelope. And I know
You're going to Hogwarts.
as a matter of fact, no.
What's in the envelope, Bricksmith?
It's a restraining order.
This is how Hagrid got his job. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. So, Chris, I know that this is a bunch of AFOLs that don't do much YouTube and are 1,000 times better at everything than me. But there are some people that are going to think this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. So, I don't know. You guys ever heard of Kevin Hinkle?
Ooh,
Hinkle.
Tinkle who?
All right.
Okay. So that's actually
Hinkle.
that's who that's from.
Ooh, Art of Kevin Hinkle.
So Kevin did a thing, and what he's done, and you can now get your very own exclusive Pink Bucket Nation sticker.
Ooh.
What? Shiny.
Oh, nice.
As if I don't spend enough money with him already.
Right? And the link is now in the chat, everyone. To go to. I don't see a penny of this money. This is all
Sweet.
Kevin. He is an ultimate artist and creator for the Lego community. You know you love it. You know you want it. And if you don't even want mine, he's got a ton of other good stuff over there. So this is the Kevin Hinkle commercial.
Those look good.
They look. These look really good.
Yeah, you need to lick and stick one of those to your forehead for the rest of the show. That.
So, Kevin sent me that one, so I don't have any. I have none. The one.
Just some subliminal marketing right there with it on your head. Just
There you
subliminally, very slightly advertising. Just a
That's
little.
right. You look like you got hit with 2 draw 4s and Uno all of a sudden.
So, like I said, you guys are awesome at building. I'll just keep playing with the buckets.
All right. Let's head to a former Floridian. Oh, and I got a little kiddo there. What's up, buddy? What's up, Ryan? How are you?
Hey.
Sorry, they're kissing me and they're going to bed. Hey, it's me. Former Floridian, former Californian, now I'm a New Yorker. So my news this week is I joined the local lug, iLug NY, and I'm getting to meet the people over there, their virtual meetings, and we've got an app chat group and a forum online. So I'm getting the lay of the land, so to speak, and familiarizing myself with how things are going up here.
Good deal. All right, so hang on. Let me put the NDA banner up. Here we go. Anything that you can tell us that is happening at? Go ahead. Let's see. Anything happening that you can tell us about is happening at the park?
Probably nothing as cool as our special guest of the week will be able to tell us today. I guess I will say that when you start seeing advertisements and commercials and video clips and stuff for Lego and New York, I am going to be the master model builder they use for all those promotional spots. So sorry.
Wow, you're famous.
Please tell me you're wearing that shirt, man. Please tell me you're wearing the Flea Knockers shirt.
No.
No.
Once again, I'd love to keep my job.
But please wear the hat, though. We need to wear that hat. You got a space for us, man.
I put those on TeePublic so you could get one that fits.
Thanks.
Oh,
That won't be the same.
You could still have
Although
the
it does
shirt.
not list cup size as it's part of the sizing, but
Hey now.
We can
hey,
estimate.
I'm a C. Thank you very much. Anyway, so
Double D.
this is a family show, but anyway, let's head to Mr. Mark Sandlin. Mark Sandlin, what is going on in your Lego world, man?
Our Lego world is Godzilla crazy. So My son, Small Paul, has been into the Godzilla movies. And so this week I built
So cool.
Hey,
this
man.
Godzilla.
Hey, Paul.
There he is. Here's Paul. He loves Godzilla. And this is from Brick 101 on YouTube. Has an instructional video how to build this Godzilla. So I built this one first. And I did the, in order to conserve cheese slopes, I put blue on his back so he's charging up his atomic breath.
And what are we doing?
Oh, you're going to have some, Paul's got some atomic breath here. Here we go. Here we go.
Yes.
Brick built everything.
You know, if you brush your
So,
teeth every morning and night, you won't have that atomic breath.
So I used the same construction and built a Mecha Godzilla to go with him.
Ooh.
Yes.
Which he started 20 minutes
Sweet.
ago and is now done.
So yeah, we got the rocket fingers here. We got the
The belly button, mecha belly
Yeah.
button.
yeah. Well, we just watched a movie that was Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla 2 that he fires a beam out of this belly button thing. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, he's got all the mecha goodness.
And he also has a spike on his
Oh,
back
yeah.
for a
There we go.
drill or a rocket.
There you go.
Sweet.
Oh, I like that.
Godzilla versus Cosmic Monster. He's
Nice.
feet rockets and knee rockets.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's all the Godzilla information for today. But
Are there any poltergeists in that one?
Poltergeist.
that's something from last week. So,
Yeah. Hey, you need to have them with the two breaths coming together and meeting together and making the big circle of energy, mixing the blue and the red. That will be cool.
Yeah, but if they mix their energy, it would make a giant explosion in between them.
Duh, Chris.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
that
Chris.
literally happened on the one we watched.
Kablooey! Yeah.
Yeah, I need some Godzilla scoring. Thank you, Small Paul. That's awesome. All right, let's head. It's good to see you, man, my good friend. All right, let's go to Brian. Brian's Bricks. What is going on in your world? We are disappointed in your lack of even sarcastic Lego
Can I just,
decorations on your wall.
tape this to the wall or something?
We got a sticker I could just give you
put it
now.
up and see how long it takes it to just smash onto the floor.
That's a nice castle.
Oh yeah, so nice. This week has been filming more Lego reviews for the channel since I put them out weekly, and I pre-recorded a bunch like 2 months ago, and I finally ran out, so I've got to go back and record a bunch more now. So that's been this week in Lego news. So no new sets or anything, just filming and catching up on new reviews.
All right, good deal. So, any new purchases? I know you got the awesome city plan from back in the '60s. Last week. Any new acquisitions or anything?
I am waiting on one last order from probably like Denmark or something. I know it's overseas, so it's been a long time coming. But trying to finish up the Knights, the Royal Knights Joust from the first castle, classic castle line. So once I have that, and I should have all three of the original classic castle sets. So I'm just waiting on that.
Cool. Yeah, when I grew up, I got the Yellow Castle one time, and then my friend got the jousting set that came out with that.
Yeah.
And he wasn't into Lego, and he would never trade it for anything. I mean, he was like, let's trade so I can have them both, all that kind of stuff. He never would. So,
yeah, I was able I bought a box. Well, it was mainly just the box and then a bunch of random pieces of Cheese Castle. And then in it had like 5 out of the 6 minifigures and most of the rare pieces for the joust set. So I was like, well, I might as well bricklink it. So that's what I'm doing.
That's cool. Hang on. Let's go to the Great White North here and check with Mr. Gill. Gill, what's going on, man?
A few things. One thing is actually it's a bit of a pitch for anyone in the chat who is up around our areas and fighting off, atomic beavers or whatever. If you're out to the east end of Toronto and wherever in kind of the Cobra stuff like that, there's a big flea market there, and actually I'll put a link into it, see if I can do it somehow through here. Anyway, there's a guy who runs a really large Lego shop within the flea market, and I buy a ton of stuff from him. So anyway, he's got a whole bunch of these really crappy 90s juniorized town sets, right?
I remember that set.
And they're going for cheap and all that stuff. Yeah, like this is all one piece, right? And there's no doors. It's just a printed brick. Like, yeah, crap. This is one piece.
I knew what they were doing.
Yeah, just terrible. But the fun thing is, though, is that I like to buy them, take some of the printed into pieces, so then you turn some sort of little crackerjack disaster like this into this. This is a set of 2, and in something like that. So
there you go.
Trying to use the parts. Yeah, trying to use the parts. Trying to sort of like bring it up to sort of like modern 4-wide stuff. So. That's one thing. The other thing is, let me pull this, is I thought most of you know that I do the Lego photography thing, right?
Yep.
So, walk you over here. Can I hear you still?
Yeah, man.
Anyone there?
We're here.
So, this is coming to the photo booth where I just posted this to Instagram this week. So here is the build.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a warg and a orc, and they're marching elves. It's horrible death. And so anyway, I put it on top of some mirrors, put it together like that.
Oh,
Awesome.
Now you've got a scene.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
So the lake. So the mirrors act like the reflective lake, and everything like that. So the backdrop and everything. So you fool around a little bit in Photoshop, and bada boom, there you got the shot. So
Very nice.
That's awesome, man.
So yeah, that's all. That's sort of going down with me for this week.
All right. That's awesome, man. It looks great. It really does. Super great. All right.
Thank
Adam, we're going to get you in just a second, but Dana, we're going to you. And I believe you have a couple things to share with us this evening.
Oh, I'm a firm believer that when I have a Lego day or a Lego week, it's feast or famine. It's like I can go like weeks without having anything new going on, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's so much going on in one day. It's crazy. So this week has just been insane. So, of course, everybody knows that the Bespin Duel was hot and crazy that came out, and big controversy. We talked about some stuff this last week. So I had to go ahead and make sure that my Luke, if you can see, he's missing his hand. He's screaming, no! So
That's impossible.
very exactly, very very cool set for just under 300 pieces. It's actually a pretty decent little set. I really like how they've done the structure and everything, and the pylons that Vader cuts off with his saber. It's actually very well done.
So let me get it straight. Luke.
Gift to myself today. So the Razor Crest showed up, and that will be probably built with bricks and beer on Friday or Saturday, give or take. We'll figure it out. I got a Bricklink order in at some time during the week, and thanks to Chris, I was able to get this bad boy finally finished.
Yes.
With those spanking red blinking lights. I love it. And Chris, I actually the piece you lent me, I have I found a seller in the UK, which the shipping wasn't horrible, and so it's actually on the way. So I'll be able to get you this back eventually. But,
why don't you just give me the one that he's sending you so it won't be broken? That'd be great.
No. You get your broken one back. I get to So, and then if you guys recall that this, I don't know, we've talked about this where I got this big lot early right before COVID happened, and it was a $300 Facebook marketplace, and it was for a monorail and then a bunch of other sets. And by
Monorail.
Monorail. So by the time I put it all out, the space sets alone were worth my time and my energy. But then I had all these other sets that I really wasn't sure what I was going to do with. So there was a bunch of Bionicle, or not Bionicle, but Hero Factory, some Technic stuff, some Ninjago stuff. I mean, not no Chima, mind you, but just stuff that I really didn't want. So I took about 8 or 9 sets with me down to Atlanta Brick Company today. So pimping the Atlanta Brick Company. You can find them at Atlanta Brick Company, altbrick.com. Went down there today and traded those sets in and got about, I mean, this was only 8 or 9 sets, and I got about $300 worth of store credit to kind of go crazy. So one of the things I did grab was this shirt, of course, and it's got a little space on the back, which is cool. But along with that, I have a long time love affair with the collectible minifigures. So today I picked up a few that I was missing, which if you'll notice, see between the diver, the cowboy, the nurse, the wrestler, the Indian, the clown, and the robot. Those are all and the caveman. Those are all Series 1.
Yeah, it's most of Series 1.
So those were ones that I didn't even know that there was collectible minifigures at that time. So this was a long time coming to get those. I have a ninja
and the original Village People.
I have the original ninja, or the ninja from Series 1, coming with that other piece from England, and so that will actually complete Series 1 for me. The mariachi dude completes Series 2 for me. And then this other robot and the old man fill in a couple spots. So I'm down to hello, Jack. I'm down to probably I think 3 collectible minifigures, and I will have everything from Series 1 to the current Harry Potter, which I'm missing Bellatrix in jail. So then I will have all of the collectible minifigures, minus Mr. Gold, minus the German soccer team, and minus the British Olympic team, which I might still get the British Olympic team because those are kind of cool, but I really don't care about the German soccer team, so we'll let that go. The last thing I got with my little bit of credit when I went in, and Chris, this one's for you. Well,
let me get to the remove button here. Okay, go ahead.
It is not for you, but I thought of you when I saw it, and I had to pick it up.
Oh, you got a sausage centurion. Oh, yeah, that's
centurion with the instructions. Yay! And for those of you who aren't aware of what's really cool about this, and it's kind of hard for me to show, but if I pull this apart, there's a little drop vehicle that will drop from this. So cool. So cool.
But it only moves just one brick width, and that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah, I mean, the build mechanics on it are fantastic. Yes, Jack, thanks for joining us.
The real special guest on tonight's
show. And then I did pick up a few minor pieces to complete some other sets that Atlanta Brick Company had for me. And these 3 little olive green pieces will finish off the UCS Ghost. So I might actually have that for Messy Monday next week, and we'll maybe do a little walkthrough on that now that it's actually finally finished. So that brings us to.
Hey, wait! I got a question about the Bespin set.
Yes, go ahead.
So the Luke came with both hands stuck in his arms.
Yes, he did come with both hands, and they also have the saber for Vader, and they also have the saber for Luke. But I just felt that it was important to take his hand off.
Kevin would be proud.
Exactly. And I did post a picture on Instagram. If you follow me on Troubles Brewing, it's a nice little shot of Luke's hand and his saber down at the bottom, and the caption, "Too soon?" But it's been 40 years, so I think we're safe to go with that. So
I'm surprised they didn't. That would have been cool for them too. If they would have left the hand off, that would have been awesome.
That would have been cool. Or if they put like a little bloody stump or something, that would have been cool.
Dear Lego, all we need is a bloody stump.
Exactly. Oh, and one last thing. So I got this on the mail, and it's correct positioning. Space Blue Ribbon beer. You can find that on TeePublic if you look up Fleeb Nork, which is our good boy there. Fleeb Nork. Yep. So go. You can also get your Fleeb Nork shirts, and also your Space Blue Ribbon, and also your LL 1978 shirt, which actually I was wearing yesterday. So that's my Mark Sandlin plug for the day. I expect my 2 cents the next time I see you, Mark. Thanks a lot. But that brings us to our weekly segment. So, Chris, if you want to go ahead and switch us over.
Yep. Where is it in the thing? There, I think it is. There it is.
And bloop. All righty.
Here we go.
Here we go. Woo! Old Gray Brick set of the week. Is the Walking Astro Grappler.
I like it. Whatever.
So, hang on. I got a meowing cat. Give me a second. One, just like
Otherwise known as the classic proctologist.
awesome. So, Fiend Classic Space 1985, a whopping 92 pieces, which seems really impressive for that size of build. And weak. Minifigures, you got one black spaceman or spaceman. I guess didn't type that out. Used price to run you about $40 US.
It's pronounced Spaceman.
Specimen. Well, I used to live in Illinois in a little town called Matavia, so it all makes sense. Finding one in new in box will probably run you about $185, give or take, if you can find one. Why is it cool? First and foremost, trans yellow canopy. Any set with a trans yellow canopy is automatically cool. This one, however, also has a blue canopy. So too many of those, which is awesome. Trans yellow hoses. Hoser, eh? Right, Gil?
Hosers? Hosers?
Transmuller hoses,
Nice.
Beauty.
And of course, the Black Spaceman, because I think he came in like 4 or 5 sets. Yeah. So any set that had one of the black guys in it, he was always very coveted. So our old Gray Brick set of the week is the Walking Astro Grappler. And
I want a UCS version immediately.
I think just having a UCS size grappler would be awesome.
Absolutely.
The proctologist dream, right?
The pilot is named Bend Over, and so
Bend over.
I like that it has the 2 tiny little arms like that aren't going to grab anything, like wedged up inside of it. Like just really barely, it's like a T-Rex arm.
It is like a T-Rex arm.
we can get that monstrosity off the screen, and I'm talking about the blue hand.
Well, what? Is this offending you? Is my little rover offending you?
Here again.
Hang on. I'll cover over him. There we go. I can't see him anymore. So,
yep. I didn't see that coming whatsoever.
He was ready.
So, what's kind of cool about this set, that if you haven't seen one, is that they use the little 2x2 plates with the round disc, so that you can actually walk it. Hence the Walking Astro Grappler, because it's in space, so it must be Astro. And you got your little grappler. And I did find it funny that they put a black claw on here versus leaving it gray like some of the old predecessor sets. I guess they wanted to tie that in with the black spaceman who's in here in his little canopy. And then, of course, they did some weird stuff. They added a little couple of cargo boxes on both sides. And then we've got, your thruster power jets here with your to move it along quickly along as you're astro gliding along the lunar landscape. This set was actually the set that I found when I was doing some bulk sorting, and it was what prompted me to actually say, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and part together and collect all the classic space sets. So this set was actually the catalyst for me going down that path. So,
slippery slope, sir. Slippery slope.
It holds a special little place in my heart. So, so that's our old Gray set.
Reminds me of the Rock Racer set.
And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I do a classics or a Lego space set of the day. I started back in the first sets in 1978, and I'm going to go all the way to Firius. So if you want to, join me with that. Otherwise, we'll see you next week for Old Gray Bricks set of the week.
all right, good job, man. Good job. Hey, by the way, I know somebody in here in our video chat, if you have YouTube up in a secondary tab, make sure it's muted. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. I don't know if you guys are. So just make sure your tab with it is muted and everything. So anyway, all right. So our special guest today. Oh, by the way, and let me share what I built something today. I worked on a little shuttle for my the spaceship that I'm building. So here's the little shuttle here for whooshing.
Looks good.
Sweet.
Do what?
Looks good.
We like it.
By the way, that I made that too back there. You see? There you go. There you go.
Yeah, but you had help with that one.
I did.
Nice greebling. Good greebling.
Anyway, so yeah, here's the thing, and the little vented engines here, but the reason I made this morning because I was waking up and I literally was thinking about the ship that I'm building for Ship Timber, and I'm like, oh man, I didn't put a door in it. I mean, there's no way for the people to get in and out, right? So I made a docking area so it will dock on the back end up here at the top, but then I'm also adding airlocks there. But this is the progress I've made so far on it, with some green bling and stuff like that. So there we go. That's what's going on in our Lego room today. So. Nice. All right. So our special guest of the evening is a new friend to me and a new about to be a member of Dixie Lug / Peach Lug as we're getting on. His name is Adam. You can find him on YouTube as ANT BANDIT. While you're on, and what you do?
Sure. Yeah. My name's Adam. I have a YouTube channel called ANT BANDIT. This has already been covered, but I'm an animator. I also am a director. I work in the film industry here in Atlanta. I do a bunch of different types of things, but over the last 2 years, I've been working as an independent stop motion animator, doing contracted work for Lego. So I've had a lot of fun making some different videos for them, social media content, animated videos. I started out doing some Star Wars videos, which were amazing. That's the first job that I got for them. And then I did some Harry Potter content, and I've kind of met a lot of people in the brick filming or Lego animation community that I've had the opportunity to work with and who have hired me, and I've hired them. And so, yeah, I've had a lot of fun with it over the last 2 years, and looking forward to doing more of it over the whoever knows how long. So, I also brought a bunch of behind the scenes stuff. If you guys are interested in seeing some of that.
Well, actually, we want you to turn your camera so we can see the stuff we're not supposed to see.
Oh, no. So I'm currently, not going to happen by any means. If anyone is watching this, you might report me. But
there are literally tens of people watching, so you don't.
Yeah. Well, Lego has eyes everywhere, and I'm not one to test the.
Always watching.
I'm an undercover Lego spy, actually.
Oh man,
We
just talked the other day about how you see people following you. You might be being watched. You never know. Anyways, I'm working on a project for them right now. That's a huge, ambitious animated project. There we go, NDA, and no details will be revealed. But it is a massive. I can tell you, it's 4 minutes long. It's like this big animated short for one of their themes, and I just had a video that I worked on earlier this summer release. Not widely, but it just was released on the Barnes & Noble website. I did a video for the Harry Potter, the new wave that just released a couple days ago officially in the US. So I've got a bunch of sets and behind the scenes from that if you guys want to see it. But that was a big job. Then I immediately transitioned into doing this even bigger project for them. So it's an amazing thing to get to work on this stuff, and I'm realizing all my Lego fantasies as a filmmaker and a Lego fan. So
good deal. And Bricksmith just dropped your YouTube channel in the chat for those who are watching. All right, so
stop blaming me for stuff, Chris.
Yeah, hey, you're on it, man. I appreciate it.
Whatever.
All right, so when did you start with Lego? At what age? All that kind of stuff, and tell us your Lego story.
Sure. So my first set was.
Oh, he's got it. Oh, hey, grab something that you're not supposed to show us while you're over there.
Yeah, no. This is my first. I just have this laying out in my office now because I found this. We got some classic insectoids.
Oh, sweet.
So I got this. I remember specifically it was for my 7th birthday. I don't remember if it was the 7th or 8th, but ever since then I've been into Lego and collected it over the years. Every Christmas and birthday, parents would buy it for me, and so that spawned this adult obsession that has never stopped. And so, yeah, I've just been a collector and builder and a fan. And when I went to school for digital media and filmmaking, and became a videographer and learned the tricks of the trade as far as cinematography. And my path that still lies ahead of me, but I'm still working to achieve, is to direct my own feature films and kind of get out there in the industry as a filmmaker. And I had begun watching a bunch of stop motion fan films on I think it was brickfilms.com or Bricks in Motion. I can't even remember now, but there was a stop motion forum for brick filming, and the brick filming community for Lego is huge, and it was big back in the day. And me and my brother would sit on our computer and just watch over and over again these old videos. There was a video by Spite Your Face Production. I don't know if you guys remember this, but the old Lego Spider-Man and Han Solo affair. There were these shorts that Lego produced.
Yeah.
And
they do the Monty Python one?
Yes. Yeah. They made the Monty Python one too. So Han Solo affair was just, it blew my mind as a kid. And I watched it over and over again. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. And all these like Lego shorts kind of are what got me interested in filmmaking. And then I got interested in filmmaking, and I realized, you know what, let me try making stop motion. And so there was a film festival at my college, and no one had ever done anything stop motion. I'd never made anything animated before. And I thought, why not make something short and enter it and see if it makes it in, and I made a short called The Painter, and it's up on my channel if anyone wants to watch it. That was the first thing I'd ever animated, and I was in my dorm room in college, spending weekends in my free time, and it actually ended up winning Best Directing, Best Short, and a couple other awards. So I was like, wow, I can do this. This is actually doable. And so, yeah, I started animating and making my own stuff, and have just kept on doing it.
Cool deal. So now, just your world, when it involving the adult fan community and stuff back in those days, how did you get connected to adult fans of Lego and all that kind of stuff?
A lot of it through, which I'm sure you guys are aware of, ClassicSpace.com.
Yes.
I was on there as a teen, and just a big fan of all the mocks that people were putting together. And I was never, in the area to go to a bunch of big Lego events, but I do remember my early years. I competed in Florida Lego League, which is, I grew up in Florida, first Lego League, I guess is what you call it, and the Mindstorms competition. And so that experience in competing, my team ended up going to the international competition, and this was in Georgia at the Georgia Dome, and we saw all these builds and everything. And that was my biggest experience, seeing, big fan creations and all that stuff. And so, just online mostly. I would interact with forum people and post some of my own creations. I'm not that great of a builder, but I enjoy looking at everyone's mocks. And nowadays it's Flickr, of course, and so.
What? Flickr?
Yeah.
I have bad news for you.
No, really? Okay. Maybe people have moved on from Flickr, but.
All right. Yeah. So what you said,
Flickr moved on from people.
You said you came to the World Congress Center in Atlanta. Is that right?
Yeah. That was, years ago. I think I was,
Okay. So Mark and I actually displayed there. We had spaceships and stuff out on. There was one year we had it out in the big foyer by the big windows to the outside, and there was another year where we had a big display.
Yeah.
Was this 2015?
This must have been. It must have been 2015.
I was there.
Star-crossed flowers.
You were there too?
No,
Yeah,
this wasn't 2015. This wasn't-
Hashtag
this wasn't
misconnections.
2015. Sorry, this was a lot farther back. I'm thinking a lot longer ago. I was a lot younger. I just realized, no, I graduated college in 2015.
No, but this would be in 2000, Mark, about 2005, 6. Is that when we did that?
No, it was a little bit later than that. I want to say it was around 08, 07, 08, something like that. But
somewhere
yeah,
around there.
we were out there and had tables with all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, if there was adult fan stuff, it was basically Dixie Lug back then was displaying there. So that's cool, man. That
Our paths might have crossed before.
Yeah, I won't say that we were making fun of the little nerdy kids coming by the table, but we were. But anyway.
Oh yeah. Well, this is how they turned out to be, basically, years later.
Good deal. All right. So so you started animating, you went to school to animate and all that kind of stuff. And then how did you get connected to Lego itself? And then did they just call you up and say, hey, we like your stuff, or what?
I wish they would. That would be great. But no, so I was working at Lee University, where I graduated from and went to college. And I was working in their media department. And back then, animation was just, a hobby for me. It was a way for me to practice, filmmaking and just have fun at home after work. And so I decided, I want to really try making the best brick film that I could ever make, like right now, based on my ability and like the equipment that I had at the time. And so I made this Star Wars fan film called Lando's Deal. And it's just this epic Lando Calrissian fan film that, I wanted to make it as amazing as I could. And so I made that. It came out like right before the Solo movie came out. And shortly after, I was talking to some friends in Atlanta who introduced me to this website called Tongle. And they're a production company that is kind of like a middleman agency. They work with Lego, and people have heard about them now because they just worked with Lego to come out with the World Builder project. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yep.
But they work with Lego a lot and different large brands and companies, and they have open pitches where creators can just pitch their abilities and their ideas for a project, kind of like World Builder. And they pick the winner and give the winner a budget and let them kind of produce it and direct it. And so they had a project at the time for Lego Star Wars campaign, which is the one that I ended up getting. And I sent them Lando's Deal, and they liked it, and they said, you're good to go. So they ended up picking 2 of my ideas. I pitched 3. Those are up on my channel if anyone wants to watch them.
All right. So, and you are Ant Bandit on YouTube. So everybody out there, make sure you like, subscribe, watch Ant Bandit stuff. I watched the Lando's thing. It was great. So great and everything. And then it's just Pop Giddens up and Spike some mountain. What? I don't even know what you guys are doing. All right. So there's the link right there. Rick Smith has put that in there. And everything. So make sure you subscribe to him, all that kind of stuff. So cool. So your first video for Lego, which one was that? Just remind me of that.
The very first one, the paid one that I did for Lego was the Star Wars Escape from Scarif video. So,
okay. All right.
Yep.
All right. So do you have any stills from that or anything?
I do. Yeah. Let me pull up. I can even show you. I have a whole bunch of tabs open with like BTS stuff.
Please do.
I can show you. Let me share my screen here.
I need to make sure I'm not going to share the one that Dana's got still connected to the thing where he's checking his email. Anyway, so.
Yeah, I was just noticing that. Like, yeah, he's going to pick the wrong screen knowing Chris.
That would have been so funny if it had just happened to have been something embarrassing, some ad that was embarrassing in the email, and I pulled it up.
Those go into my spam folder. I have a filter for that. I'm old enough and smart enough to know to do that.
All right, yeah. If you'll share that, I'll grab it and throw it on the screen.
Cool. Yep, I'm sharing it now, I think.
All right. Actually, I got a picture of you. Well, oh, there we go.
Let me. So here's my channel. This is the one here, Escape from Scarif. And I can show you some behind-the-scenes pictures. So the cool thing about this, of course, working for Lego, these sets and these videos, they send out the sets way early to the people who are making the videos to work on. So I had this Tantive, months and months before they had even announced this. It wasn't even rumored to come out when I had it. So it was really cool to have that early. Of course, getting Lego from Lego is like the coolest thing. So this was a scene that I was shooting of it detaching from the capital ship, like the scene in Rogue One. So this campaign was recreation of different iconic Star Wars moments, but from a child's perspective, like they're imagining different outcomes. So yeah, just really cool to build this shot out. I'm just flipping through some different pictures here.
That's
And
awesome.
and you do. I was hoping that was. I was like, oh, is that something I'm not supposed to see? No, it's not. All right. So you do. I mean, you do pure stop motion, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Special effects and stuff, right?
This is yeah. It's a very old school way of filmmaking, but there is a lot of visual effects involved. You know, when we're animating, especially ships in space, there's a lot of keying and rig removal. This was some of the space battle ship elements that we shot. This was actually really cool because we shot, this was part of a scene where there's like a big dogfight. You've got X-Wings and TIE fighters kind of zooming around. And we actually used a robot to shoot these, similar to the old motion control stuff that they used to shoot the original Star Wars films, which was really, really cool.
Cool.
We had the camera mounted on this robot and the ship's mounted on its own support, and the camera can freely move around it. And that way, when you're shooting the ship, it can, you get all these different angles, and then you can make it look like it's flying around. So that was really cool. This is my wall with all the storyboard stuff for this project.
Oh, that's agreeable. What's that?
Is it agreeable?
So this is a part of the plot. So in the video, if you watch it, the Princess Leia and the rebels are trying to escape, and the Tantive gets shot and their hyperdrive gets blasted. And so I wanted to build like some kind of random thing to represent the hyperdrive, and this is what I came up with. So in the short, it gets blasted apart, and then Princess Leia has to rebuild it piece by piece in like a speed build type effect. So this was the hyperdrive. And then, yeah, this is from the other one. This is the biggest set that I had for that Star Wars project. And immediately you can see, it looks impressive from kind of the camera's angle, but a lot of the building techniques that I use are just building big flat walls. And immediately outside of the camera, it gets real ugly looking. So for stop motion, you only build like what's visible in the frame. And if you don't have to build anything else, you don't. You save parts and time.
Movie magic.
Yeah. So this was that Death Star scene. This is from the second short that I worked on for them called Death Star Escape, and it's Princess Leia and Luke doing the swing across the chasm. And so this was the set that I built for that. And what they did is they sent me the official set of that. I can't remember the name of it, but I think it is called Death Star Escape, the official set. But I integrated the official set with this extra extension that I built, which is just a big flat wall of gray. And you can also see some cheating that I've done here. Another thing for stop motion, if the camera doesn't see it, and the audience can't see it, no one cares. And one of those is if you need some snot techniques, you just use tack. You just take sticky tack and you slap it up against the side of the wall. So
nice.
A lot of the quote unquote snot is just Legos stuck against a wall.
Unpure.
Don't listen to Chris. I actually used a little tack when I put my my Luke holding onto that stand for the Besman Duel, so he would stay in there. So
there you go. Yeah,
tack is awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely cheating. But hey, this is like a magician revealing his techniques here.
Lego is not always friendly to hold the position you want to hold.
Kids these days.
There's the aftermath. This is the aftermath of what a job for them looks like. It's just a messy room full of stuff to sort. So,
oh, Chris, you godlike powers.
I do. I dropped it. All right. So anyway, so we'll go back. What? Anybody, you have any questions so far? I'm just eating it in. I'm just looking at every detail you got going on here. So.
I'm already planning a trip to your house just to hang out and watch you work one day, just for fun. Even if it's nothing officially Lego, I just want you to animate something so I can watch and learn so I can try it. Because I got to say, ever since Gumby, I've always wanted to try something like that. Gumby! Gumby! Lego Gumby! Lego Gumby!
I can tell you, it is the most boring thing you will ever see. It is not exciting.
Have you ever brewed beer?
Have I what?
Have you ever brewed beer?
I have not. No.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll come to your house and you can show me stop motion, and you come to my house and watch me brew beer, and we'll have equal boring times.
There we go. I like it.
All right, so he can come and do that, and I'm going to ruffle through all the stuff I'm not supposed to be allowed to see. That's what I'm going to do. So, and I mean Lego by that, by the way. Anyway, so all right, so what? Can you give us any hint or idea of what projects you're working on now? I guess you can't, but
I can't right now on the current project I'm on. But like I mentioned earlier, the Harry Potter video that I worked on for them just released, and I believe that they are going to share this widely. I'm not sure how or on which social channels, but I know that when I produced the video for them, there was some back and forth about what channels they were going to release it on. There was, I know, some like deliberation on that. But currently it is, you can watch it, so I can talk about it. If you go to the Barnes & Noble website, they have a splash page for all their Harry Potter Lego, and on that website, there are my videos are there. I can put a link to that, I guess, in the private chat here. Let's see.
Yeah, throw it in there, and I can throw it out there if you want.
Yeah. Now, I've kind of been holding off on like sharing this because usually I'll like to wait till they actually push it, you know, on social media before I share it myself. But they are watchable, so it is something that.
So do you want me to post it or not? I throw it out there.
I mean, yeah, you can post it, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna post this, but don't leave. Y'all watch the show, okay, and then watch it after the show, right? All right. So anyway. But there it is. I put it out there for everybody there. So all those on Twitch and all those on maybe watching on Facebook and also on YouTube can find that and everything. All right. So is there are you open, whatever theme that Lego throws your way, are you open to making the stuff, or are you kind of like, I just want to stick to the science fiction-y kind of stuff, or is money?
Oh, you know, I love all things Lego. So any opportunities they send me, I'm like, oh, let's do it. I've just really gotten lucky with the projects that I've done. My wife is a huge Harry Potter fan, so she's like, oh yeah, the house can be covered in Harry Potter stuff for a couple weeks. So she's like, oh yeah, supportive. And then Star Wars, of course, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so that's a big thing. But yeah, if they say, hey, you want to make a Lego Dots animation, I'd be like, oh, let's do it. Great. I think for me, I consider myself like a filmmaker first and then immediately after a Lego fan. And so, I'm always like trying to stretch myself and make each project bigger and bigger and bigger. And, they're all so different with the different stuff that I've done, which is what's great about Lego is like you could be doing Star Wars one month and then the next month you've got a Harry Potter video. So it's great.
Cool. By the way, in the chat, Butt Chop, we did see you. I see you, and I saw all your Adamant comments from the band from '81 and stuff. He wasn't even thought about then, so he would not got the jokes of Adamant and the band back in the day. So but Butt Chop, we're always glad you're here. I'm sure San Lin has his Butt Chop ready to go. Where is it? Hang on. There it is. There's a Butt Chop. All right, there we go. You're here, man. We see you, man. You're good to go. We are glad you're here. All right. So, all right, you guys asking questions or whatever. What do you want to know about stop motion and all that kind of stuff? And it's pretty cool. By the way, Gil, his display there. And I'm like, well, dude, he's doing in photography what you're doing in stop motion, which is really cool. So,
yeah, I had a question.
In a very, very basic way compared to what Adam is doing.
Are there any concepts or even finished products that you worked on for them that ended up not getting released publicly as videos or stop motion pics online?
That is a really good question because thankfully, no, I have not. I think the closest thing currently that I've come to that is, having this Harry Potter video released in kind of a a very isolated space online, but I'm sure that they're going to release it wider later. I do know a friend of mine, another Lego animator who does a ton of content for them, Kevin Ulrich, who's also known as Brotherhood Workshop. He's huge on YouTube and he does amazing work. He and I know each other and have worked together a little bit here and there over the last year, and he has told me plenty of stories of how you'll spend weeks and weeks working on just over and over again this short that you work on, and then the social media team, once you've delivered it, they'll either forget to post it or they'll decide to cancel the release, or so it does happen. Thankfully, it has not happened to me yet, which I'm very grateful for. All my stuff is watchable that I've worked on. So
cool, thanks.
Cool.
Mhm.
So
when you post a video,
actually, the one question I had. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Gil.
No, I was just gonna say, sort of like number one, how many frames per second do you guys normally shoot at?
Mhm.
And also, for each frame, like I saw your lighting set up there and everything like that. So I assume that each frame you're basically getting the lighting and everything like that is all in camera, and then you compile it afterwards, or do you have to tweak in post production each frame and then assemble it?
Thankfully, no. I mean, so stop motion for the usual frame rate that I have done for all my projects has been 24 frames per second, shot on what we call ones, which basically means for every second of animation, there's 24 individual pictures, and all of those pictures, you've got to have every character moving different tiny increments. But for the lighting, what I usually do is just set up a scene, and I like to have everything look as good as possible in camera and make it, as cinematic as possible. And then once I finish shooting and animating, I'll take it all into editing, and I'll play with the color grading and tweak different elements here and there, like making the contrast or saturation colors different. And yeah, it's a matter of its own process, color grading and correcting. And but I will say, for this project that I'm currently on, without revealing any details, I did do something I haven't done for a long time. I switched to 15 frames per second, which is a little bit more standard for stop motion. It just means you're taking less pictures, and the characters look a little bit more, it's not as smooth. But I think it's the visual that most people, associate with stop motion. So if I had not switched to 15, I don't think I would have been able to do this project, this current one. It would have been an insane amount of pictures. So.
Hey, we have a new guest on the show, John Palmer. Welcome to the show, man. You got to slip in.
Thanks.
Rick,
what's up, John?
What's up, Mr. Palmer?
How's it going?
Yeah, hey, you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. I'm probably about to sort some more for the next 3 months.
Welcome back to the hobby, man.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chris.
Hey, wait, Palmer, you got to show Chris what you bought today.
Oh, let me get the box.
The small set, the one that was $250. He'll be proud of you.
$250.
You will. You'll be proud. He went shopping. He texted me about it.
You guys are that close.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Correct move, sir. That's correct.
Sweet.
Yeah, I never even heard of this set before. I love the pink space person.
That's right.
Lenny.
Space person.
Yeah, Lenny.
That's right. All right. Well, good. I'm glad you didn't miss one of those and everything. Did you get it on clearance? Did you say?
Man, I was in a Walmart earlier and I saw their clearance stuff, and all their clearance stuff was full price. And then I just went to the regular Lego aisle and I saw this, and I'd never even seen this set or heard of it before. I just picked it up and I was like, well, that's great. I'm going to buy that. And then it rang up for $250, and I was like, nice. There weren't any more.
No. That story would have been much better if when you saw it, there was the camera started to slow, and there was angels and this shaft of light coming and highlighting the classic space logos and everything.
Well, it had spacemen on it, so that was pretty monumental for me to begin with. So, yeah. I was like, wait, there's 4 spacemen? Wait, there's a pink spaceman? What?
Welcome to modern times, man. Oh, I love it, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So I'm glad you got that. Did you, by the way, do you know about the exosuit, John? The exo, with the green spaceman in it?
No.
Okay. We need to get you hooked up on that too. So
okay.
All right.
Yeah, it looks like Mark's grabbing it right now.
Yep.
Yeah, well, there it is. Oh, he's still Lego. That's good. Anyway, so hang on. There he is right there.
He's what?
That's Pete Reed. Yeah.
Pete Reed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great. It's got tons
Yeah,
of cool.
That's really cool that you got a green spaceman in there too.
That's right. Doesn't have the classic helmet though. That's unfortunate. But
That's the unfortunate part.
in there.
yeah. By the way, I spoke to Pete Reed about getting him on the show, and I'm working with him because it's late where he is. He's in a little bit of a Lego funk right now. So thoughts and prayers out to the genius that is he, and hope he doesn't. Hope he gets back into the brick soon and everything. All right. So back to our guest, Adam, and stop motion and everything. It's a great question about. I don't know anything about frame rate, but you nailed it. What's you guys ask some more questions about what he's doing and all that kind of stuff. Go ahead.
So I got a question. So for our younger viewers who might be interested in getting into stop motion, what would you say are some of the things that are good things to think about or getting into to do that kind of stuff?
Great question. I love that there's so many, younger people doing stop motion these days. And that's what's great about like Lego is that, it's an affordable way to do stop motion, and it's super easy to get into. There's a bunch of different apps. I'd say the main one is Stop Motion Studio. I think it's a phone app that you can use to make stop motion. And some main tips I would give to anyone who's like looking to start out is make sure if you're using your phone, it's steady and secured. A lot of like younger animators I see them doing is building like out of bricks. They'll build like a phone holder to hold their phone in a certain way, and then they'll put their phone inside of it and set up their scene in front of it. And all you need is, a Lego set, any random figure, and you can practice. Like anybody can do it, and that app is free as well. The software that I use is called Dragon Frame, and it's kind of the industry standard pro software that you see it used in a lot of like Leica movies. I don't know if you ever heard of Kubo or Coraline. That's the software that they use as well. That one costs some money to get, but you could do the exact same things that I do, a lot of it on a phone app. So I would say some other beginner tips would be lighting. If you want to make your shots look really good, I have like light blocking curtains up around my entire window to like stop any light from coming in. And then you can set up like desk lamps to shine on your scene. And as long as you don't touch your lights and your lights are, always pointed at your scene, you've got no other light coming in from like your windows, then you won't have any flicker or, light bouncing around in your animations. So free app and use consistent lighting. Those are my 2 main tips.
Wait. So are you saying that this would be a good place to start? I mean, I got one.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah. I mean, Lego makes it already so easy. This is it's perfect. I grew up with the studio sets. So that was some of my entry. You got the classic scrolling paper screen with the T-Rex and the T-Rex head. So
you're saying that actually worked on somebody because we were like, this is bogus, but it actually worked.
Well, I will say I never had the camera, and that was the main thing. I know a lot of people I've had issues with the camera because that webcam that they came out with was pretty bad. But it got people interested in, trying it at home themselves. And there's a whole lot of great brick films from that era when people were just trying to figure out like how to do this stuff. And so, yeah,
All right. Anybody else from the Peanut Gallery got a question or comment or something?
I do have other stuff I can show as well. If
Yes, please. Hey, I got a question. What is the hardest thing when it comes to minifigs to animate? Is it? I would guess walking. I'm just thinking, but what is the hardest thing?
Hardest thing?
Faces.
I would say walking is actually one of the easiest.
Okay, I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah. I will say, though, addendum to that, walk cycles with the medium legs are actually pretty tricky. I had to do a bunch of that for the Harry Potter ones when they released the half legs that weren't that were like the posable ones. Because, and this is super nitpicky, but their legs, when you set them down on a stud, they don't reach like you can't pose them in certain ways. It's kind of limited. So that can be tricky. I would say fight scenes are really hard because I just did a fight scene a while back, and the more characters you have involved in your scene, then the more difficult it becomes to animate, and it just becomes very time consuming. So it's a lot of sitting alone in a dark room, and it's for hours and hours and hours. And
so basically, it's your typical Lego hobby.
Exactly. Yes, just like the rest of us. Yes. So yeah, it's definitely rewarding to see.
I remember when.
Go ahead.
You got to forgive him. There's a delay to Canada.
No, I was just gonna say I remember watching Ray Harryhausen. Shut up. I remember watching a Ray Harryhausen video or interview, and it was for I think one of the Sinbad movies, and was the Hydra head, and he's like, oh my god, a creature with 8 heads, each looking a different direction, clamping at a different time. Like, it's madness. Like, I don't know what I was thinking when I agreed to this. So, and I think that, whenever I see those brick films, it's especially the fantasy or the military ones where you have these like Braveheart, clashes of armies coming together. I'm like, oh, geez, man, like you just want to jump off a bridge after you went through all that.
Yeah, I mean, I will say though, the coolest thing about stop motion to me is just the fact that you can look at a stop motion sequence, like those big army battles. I've seen a couple of them myself, and to think that some dude or some girl like had to move all those characters and build that entire set, and it's all very physical. It feels very real. It's like it's kind of a different thing than CGI. It's like you're looking at it and you're saying some person had to physically put all that together. So,
hey, Butch, he just left. Bricksmith had to leave, so we're back down to 9. So if somebody wants to hop back in, they can, and everything. I'm sorry. Keep going ahead. All right, go ahead.
No, you're good. Yeah, I was just saying, how cool and nerdy stop motion is. So I did pull up. This is some other pictures if you want to share my screen from this year's Harry Potter project. I'm not sure.
By the way, you were talking about Sinbad. You weren't talking about him, right? I'm just making sure, right? Okay, I'm just checking. All right. Anyway, so here we go.
Who else is there?
Well, Sinbad and I went to the same university, so
that explains so much. Anyway, let's see. Did you share that already? I think
so.
That's quite a point of pride, Dana.
They have that on the on the sign to the university.
University of Denver, by the way, just in case you didn't know.
All right, there we go.
So this is from
37 years, Sinbad free.
So these are some stills from this year's Harry Potter video. So we used some more robots to shoot this one. This particular shot is for the new Hedwig set that just came out. And this is shot at a studio in Norcross, just north of Atlanta. And they've got some really big camera rigs there where they're all programmable. So these are rigs that I can, program a camera move and then advance it very slowly, inches at a time to create these kind of like sweeping camera moves. And we had this kind of glass table with light coming up from it, kind of like just a magical effect. Yeah, there's the camera rig right there, and there's Hedwig. I really like this set. It's currently displayed in our living room.
So you have the long technique thing to actually turn the wings and make it flat while you're filming. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. So this is kind of a janky setup, but I basically had that like winch, that really long arm, and I would turn it in small increments, and we removed that arm in post with some masking in the edit. So different things like that. Like if a character is jumping or moving, they're all supported by like wires, or there's usually some kind of outside thing holding them up or holding it in place, and those all have to be removed afterwards. So,
oh wow, cool.
This was a setup that I was working on at home, and I ended up taking to the studio. So they only sent me one privet drive, and my whole thing was I really want to get a row of privet drive houses to make it look like the shot from the movie where the camera pans down and we see like the neighborhood. And they, due to the lockdown, there was some shipping problems, and I could only get one. And so I ended up having to bricklink order all pieces to build these other 3 houses. Yeah, we were able to get them pretty close, but they're not exact copies if you look closely. So
some really like super nerdy Harry Potter fan is going to pause that and tell you all the bricks that are out of place and all that kind of stuff. Right?
My theory is that they'll be willing to say, not every house on Privet Drive is exactly identical. That's my hope.
So now, if there's an expense where you have to go buy bricks and stuff, is that something you work in, or do they reimburse you, or are they like, too bad?
Well, that would be part of what I use the budget that I'm given for. So
I got you.
They'll give me like a blanket budget, and I'll use that to make a big order from Bricklink, or usually I try to use as much as possible from my collection as I can without spending money to order parts. But I'm always like, well, I need to build a giant Hogwarts hallway. Okay, well, what do I have? I don't have enough, so one of these days I'll have enough.
Right.
Is what I tell myself.
Yes, we
all of us too.
Rich is the one that he's the one that said he has enough, and he has 2 Bricklink orders with those huge tubs in his garage. Anyway, so all right, so what are we looking at there? What scene are you got?
Adam, what's that big long boom on the lens? Is it to focus the shot?
That would be a very special probe lens. So this is a really cool thing that I bought a couple months ago. It is basically a really long lens, but it's a probe macro, which means I can like slide that tube into my set. And this particular shot, we had Harry entering the room of requirement, and the door opens, and I wanted to have the camera really close to him and then kind of follow him through the door. So having that really long tube just allows me to like
that's
insert
so cool.
the camera into the shot. Yeah,
It's cool.
It's really kind of fragile, and if you shake it, it's very sensitive. So I bought it, and this lens, and I was like, I really need to use it on something. And so this was a shot that I was like, yeah, this would be really cool to see the camera kind of going through the door, like coming backwards through the door. So yeah, this was that shot.
That's cool. Now,
That's
to
awesome.
me, I'm Southern enough to think that looks like a potato cannon, but that's just me. Anyway.
To me, it looks like a gun, which adds, extra, power to, hey, I'm going to shoot this scene, it's just.
Boom.
There you go, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. Good deal. Any
so
other?
cool.
Yeah, it is. Any other questions for our guest today? Because this is amazing stuff, and I want to apologize to all those in the chat. There's been a lot of of conversation flying in the chat, and I appreciate it. And I've tried to look for questions for Adam and everything, but I've been so fascinated by what he's doing that I have not paid attention. So
it's mostly butt chop making Adam Ant jokes.
Do what?
It's mostly butt chop making Adam Ant jokes.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's interesting. When you shot Han Solo, did he shoot first? That is important to know.
I mean, what can I say other than McClunky?
Nice.
Excellent. All right. So here's what, who else has got a question? Go ahead.
I don't know, but I was going to make a random comment about the fact that knowing that Adam lives down near the airport in Atlanta, and then he also works in a studio in Norcross. You like to live dangerously all around. That's just hard to say.
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, Atlanta is an hour away from Atlanta, is what they say. So,
amen, brother.
It's one of those things that you can't escape. So, my wife and I are looking at maybe moving a little bit more north soon. So, we originally moved south to South Atlanta because we wanted to be near the studios, and my wife is a teacher, so near her teaching job, and yeah, it's for me as far as like working in film industry stuff. They shoot everywhere, so I'm lucky enough to have an office and like this space here to animate in and have my Lego set up in. But if I want other work, it's going to be a drive no matter what. So.
Yeah, well, if you're in Atlanta, that's for sure. I mean, fortunately, I'm on the northwest side of Atlanta, and my work is 7 minutes from the house and all that kind of stuff. I do not have to go to Atlanta to be in Atlanta, but that's fortunate.
They recommend stay outside of Atlanta.
Exactly. All right. Any other questions or anything you want to say about what? I mean, I'm amazed. How far ahead, by the way, did you have these sets before doing the video shoot? You may have said before, so.
That's a good question. I also have, if you guys were interested in this could be a cool thing. These are the storyboards that I made for this Harry Potter video, if you ever wanted to see that. Yeah, so these were done by an artist, friend of mine that does storyboards. For the Harry Potter video, I think I had the sets in, this would have been maybe like April or May of this year. And I know that COVID hit and it slowed production down on kind of everything for me. And there were some delays and trouble shipping the sets to me as well. So I think that, I believe I had them in May. I'm not sure though. Okay. My mind is blurred together between this last project and the project I'm currently on. So
May was 47 years ago. It's understandable.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Basically.
Yeah. So how has the pandemic has that made your job more important? I mean, have you got more business, less business, or what from Lego?
It's been interesting because a lot of what I do, for the most part, it's entirely from home. And so the theory was, I can work from home. I won't be affected by this. And it turns out I was affected by quarantine. Just like having to order bulk pieces for this project that I've been on has been difficult. And that had led to a couple of delays. Just Bricklink orders taking like a week longer than they should, or it's sometimes longer.
I do want to, before I forget, and I mentioned it earlier that I was in the Atlanta Brick Company this morning or earlier today. They are in Noonan, which is just south of you.
Yes.
You need to go there and meet Chris and hook up with them because they have lots of bulk and they will probably be your savior for your Bricklink orders.
Yes, I've been there a couple times actually, and I have not ordered bulk from them. So I need to look at that.
If you're doing certain things and you can email them stuff that they don't have on their Bricklink site, because they have rooms of. I mean, I actually got to go down there today, and it was kind of scary. They literally, like, the big giant tubs, the Sterlite tubs we all use.
Yeah.
I saw 8 of those full of big ugly rock pieces.
Wow.
There were probably 6 of those with train tracks. They've got so much stuff that they don't have on their Bricklink store, so that you want to go down there and you want to meet Chris, talk to him, tell him what you do, become his friend.
Yeah, I have met him a couple times.
He likes you for stuff. So
yeah, I sold them. So last year, or actually, yeah, this was last year. I did a video for the Technic Land Rover that came out, and I sold them. They sent me 2, and I was like, I don't want this, and I sold it to them. That was a project with Bear Grylls, which was pretty fun. But yeah, I definitely need to check out their bulk stuff.
Yeah, you need to go down there and talk to them about it, because that will. I mean, I was actually impressed because we've all been going there for those of us in Atlanta have been going there for years.
Yeah.
But since the pandemic, their whole model is shifted, where they were doing like birthday parties and a lot of store sales and a lot of set sales. To now they're really shifting more to online and lots more bulk. I went in the back room he was showing me some. I mean, literally, there had to be a pallet of base plates. It was just it's insane. So go down there again. That's all I'm saying.
Does it seem weird to y'all back when we were Adam's age? There was not a lot of used Lego out there to get. I mean,
didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was not a thing, but now it's a thing. And do you think that's ever going to become Lego has put out too much and people are buying secondary before they buy the primary, or do you think they're rolling out the Tatooine set now and everybody's going to buy the stuff? Then the kids get tired of it and they shove it to yard sales. I mean, is that what's going to happen, or what do you guys think?
So interesting comment that I got from Chris Cott down at Atlanta Brick Company Day is that they have been doing crazy sales, and there was a few years ago where Lego announced that they had like a shortage for Christmas time, and people went nuts. Chris was kind of feeling like that might happen again this year if Lego's not keeping up with things, because I mean we all know that how many times have we gone on Shop at Home and things are out of stock already as soon as they come out. Bricklink stores, we know we've got several of our members who have Bricklink stores that are just getting overwhelmed with orders. This Christmas is going to be interesting from a Lego perspective.
Yeah, I mean, and Bricks and Pieces orders you would get them a couple 3 weeks, something like that. Now it's taking 5 weeks for them to ship it. You know what I'm saying? And then
longer. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, the demand is up. Obviously, that's something talking about tonight was that Lego just announced record profits. We've had 2 more $100 plus sets. The Elf Village or whatever got leaked by Lego South Korea, and the Tatooine
Mos Eisley Cantina.
Mos Eisley, yes, got released, which is just like a mock of the little set that they made as a thing, and then they went ahead and built it for you. So they're doing that for you, I guess, and everything. Do you think
have a root?
The 1989 Batwing leaked
Did
too.
what?
The 1989 Batwing leaked also.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's another ginormous 18 plus, $300, $400, $500 set coming out. And I'm wondering when. I mean, do you think that adult money is going to dry up eventually, or do you think it?
Mine has.
Oh yeah, mine has too. Right.
I mean,
I could make videos for living, they'd send me a free one, but no.
They keep coming out with these big old sets, and I save up all year and I'll drop a couple big purchases on Lego, but it feels like you're missing out sometimes. Like I don't know if I'm gonna even be able to afford some of these. I really want the Cantina, but man, come on, Lego. Like these are big sets, and you've got the Mario, the NES, and the all these the Barracuda Bay and all this.
But also,
these things, these big.
But also, you know what? For this year,
they take up a lot of spec.
Yeah, somebody was saying it take up a lot of space, right? Who was saying that? Yeah, Magnus, was that what you? Yeah, running out of shelf room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Right.
for
Right.
this year too. Yeah.
Go ahead, Gil.
Go ahead, go.
For this year too, like I don't know what it's like, down around you guys but I look all in the backyards. Everyone's having jacuzzis installed. Everyone's having people out to say, "Hey, let's throw in a pool," and it's more or less because all the money they would have spent on traveling this year and all this other kind of stuff. Like I'm in tourism and that, like revenue is zero. So everyone who has money and still has a job, man, they're blowing it on indulging in whatever, right? Whatever retail therapy makes them feel good. So for this year, like across nerddom, like everyone is buying everything. It's absolutely crazy for this year. When things start to return to normal, it'll be interesting to see if these secondhand places, if they start to get sort of the people who said, "Hey, I ran out of shelf room. I got to sell some of this stuff off." So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I got some friends brought me just a big bin. They're like, we don't have display space. Some of this stuff we started selling, we're just tired of finally putting all this back together to sell it. So here, when they gave me the set because they're friends and stuff like that, it had Weathertop from Lord of the Rings in it that I pieced back together, and a bunch of friends sets, which gave me some good parts to build with and everything. But yeah, I got a feeling the used market's going to continue to have plenty of supply. But maybe that'll make the prices better. Who knows?
I think as AFOLs who are mock builders, we want this to happen.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, I know last summer I had a guy who said that one of his neighbors in the neighborhood had the bigger Christmas storage tubs. He's like, I got a lady in my neighborhood who's got 2 of those. How much would you offer? And I'm like, $100. Sold. I'll bring them to you tomorrow. I'm like, okay, sure. So hopefully that kind of thing will continue.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, I mean, it's great. I mean, if people start bringing me free Lego, I'm okay with that. Or, but I will say that I watch Facebook Marketplace, and I don't think I watch it as close as some because I'll get notifications and stuff has gone. But there's a lot of bulk items, and right now the price is kind of premium. I'm hoping that's it. Not for. I don't wish anything bad on Atlanta Brick Company because I hope they continue to doing well. But that bubble of price and being able to charge a premium for used brick is probably going to drop pretty significantly. At least I hope it does because we can get some. So
it's all cyclical.
It is. If you think about this, Lego squandered a lot of their market presence right after the Lego Movie 1 because they tried to manage demand by not releasing stuff and stopping advertising when they were hitting that crest. And that's when they had that big drop, before the second movie, which then was, but it was okay. And now everything's picking back up. So I wish them well and everything. That actually made me. What did you think of the Lego movies, Adam? Just deal with the original Lego movie. Don't talk about the Ninjago and the Batman was okay, but
what if the Ninjago movie is my favorite?
Okay, well then I'm sorry. You and I are going to have a fist fight before.
Oh, let's do it.
Thankfully, there was never a Chima movie.
Oh my god, I love the Lego movies. I love the Lego movies. They're amazing. Lego Movie 1 is classic, and it's funny being the Lego person in my friend group or like circle outside of like the Lego community. And then everyone's like, oh my God, Legos are cool now, and I remember that feeling of like, oh, hey, everyone they like the Lego Movie too. This is cool. So, I like that it had that effect, kind of broadening, the audience and general people who are like, remembering they had a great time with Legos growing up. And, the Lego Batman movie I enjoyed too, but nothing comes close to the first Lego movie. So
the style of animation, obviously, it was computer animated instead of motion. Did they capture that stop motion feel like they were trying to you, or what?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, that it's so funny how they did that. I really love the style they went for, and having like kind of the jerky, stop motion look it's so recognizable, for people who are, like familiar with the brick filming community and like all these, fan films that people have made, and they just said, yeah, let's do the same thing. So I'm really glad that they do the whole the different style in like the direct to video or DVD movies, where it's like characters bend in different like illegal ways, where you'll have their arms pop out of socket, and you've got kind of a divide there. I like how in the Lego movie they follow the rules, quote unquote, of like how plastic and Lego operates. It's not morphing or posing in abnormal ways. In the movies at least. So
good deal.
I can see how that would be divisive.
Actually, I've got to I've got to go there, gents. But Adam, thanks so much, man. Really great stuff.
Yeah.
Like amazing.
Good to meet you, man.
Can't wait to follow your things. So.
Do you enjoy some maple syrup and some?
Take care, boys.
See
you. There you go.
There you go.
And actually, with that,
slather it all over and think of you, Craig.
Does it have maple leaf stuck with maple syrup to you? Yeah, okay, there you go.
On that note,
good.
I miss that guy. I would love to hang out with Gil every day. Anyway, yeah, we actually are about an hour and a half, so we probably need to start wrapping this thing up and everything. So, any last comments? Palmer, you came in kind of at the end. You got anything you built lately? I know you're buying, and I'm excited.
I've never seen this part before, so that's a new part for me.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
I don't know how long that's been around.
That part has never seen you before either until now.
Yeah.
That part was didn't they start using that on R2 heads?
Yeah,
like
R5D4 heads.
Yeah, R5.
I'm not building anything, but here, let's see. Let's turn this on. This is what I've set up. Right.
That's a great build zone, dude.
It's not bad. It's not bad, but yeah, I'm actually getting a lot of sorting done. I'm getting more than I'm sorting stuff from 2006. So, like, yeah. You got to start somewhere. But like 2006 to 9 or 10 almost. I'm sorting like 4 years of stuff. I can tell. It's like cutting into a tree, and seeing the rings, or analyzing the strata of rock with the stuff. Like I'll pull a bag out and I'll be like, oh, I know what month that's from. Or I don't know.
All right,
Maybe
so,
not.
so tell me what years are your gap? It's from what 2008 until now, or
I mean, I was really fading out about 2008. Yeah, I would say 2008 till like a month ago. Yeah, yeah.
So all of a sudden, mysteriously, we found you and blew the dust off, and
Yeah, you really dug me up. You dug me up, and you stuck a couple of jumper cables on me and reanimated me. Yeah.
And speaking of Reanimator, that is your favorite movie. Is it still your favorite movie?
It's not necessarily my favorite movie, but it is a favorite. It's I got a lot of favorite movies, but I love Reanimator. That's a classic.
Yeah. So I think what we might do next week is we might each pick a few sets that you need to make sure you pick up between of your gap. That would be good. We're going to advise John Palmer on how to get back up to speed. So
okay, so the $400 grand piano set.
Yeah.
Or Chris, I think we should have a new segment, the John Palmer discovered piece of the week.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah,
I got a lot of this. Yeah, I'm having a lot of new discoveries. I'm not buying a lot. I'm finding stuff on clearance when I can, and just a small set here or there.
That would be fun though. The new to John Palmer.
When you're on, it is going to be the new John Palmer new to me set of the week. That is super cool. That'd be so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
That robot, that's good greeble right there, man. You can do some really cool stuff with that.
I like it. Yeah.
You can also get the kind of the one stud version. I got one right here, although my close up stinks. But it is BB-8 head, but you can get it without printing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's another classic.
But the cool thing is this texture. Oh, look at that focus. Look at the hair. Woo. But there's the texture of the ring underneath is really cool. And but then I just picked this up. It is the whatever the other this head. Actually, this is the BB-8 head right here.
That's the BB-8 head.
It's rounded.
Like the BB-9.
Yeah. The other one was the evil robot. So yeah, this one also is a little more rounded. They're cool pieces. So good for greebling, a little tanks, and all that kind of stuff to have. All that kind of stuff.
That's another of those gems. I got those in one of those. I would keep wanting to call them clickets. Those dot sets.
You got a dot set. You got a dot set before I got a dot set. So that's pretty impressive.
It's just a gray one that I had, so I was like, let me put some new eyes on that guy. I don't know.
So I got
Lego. That's great.
I have two questions for you, John.
Yeah.
One question is, like, very generally speaking, what is your overall impression? What's it like to be getting back into this? And the second question is, have you seen the Lego movie?
The first question, this has been great. It's been fun. I've gotten my collection in order. I've been organizing all sorts of stuff in the house and in storage anyway. So it was a great time to do this. The last time I was on here, I had a couch behind me, and I literally threw the couch away to put more Lego.
Did you burn it? Did you burn the couch in your front yard?
Mark wanted me to burn it. I mean, we just put it outside, and someone grabbed it in like 3 hours or 4 hours.
Awesome. And then they burned it. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe they did. But yeah, it's been fascinating because I have other hobbies and interests and other things going on. So I've been self-aware of this sort of not intrusion, but this new thing that used to be so big to me, and I'm trying to balance all these things. And it's not hard. It's not difficult to do, to balance it in. But it's fascinating. It's like experiencing something again that I haven't in a long time.
By the way, somebody asked in the chat, what took Palmer from Lego?
Yeah, aliens. I don't know. like Gil said, you guys didn't pay the ransom.
That's right.
But the second question is, yeah, I saw the Lego movie, most of it, I think, the other night, and I liked it.
Cool. Sweet.
Yeah, I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, it's great, and it came out pretty good time for me. It came out when I was sick, all this kind of stuff, and it was a refreshing. It actually, kind of brought the brand some freshness and everything to the public, and some creativity back to the community and everything. I think so.
That's what brought me back. What brought me back out of the Dark Ages?
Really? Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
The whole show this evening, I've been doing stuff because this guy has been asking me to make upgrades for Mechagodzilla. So
that's sweet.
Yes.
He's now equipped with cannons.
Yeah.
Shoulder cannons.
We also had to get some foot thrusters.
Rocket feet.
Get those on there.
Nice.
And then we had to get some boosters going on the backs of the legs too.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So
we're
upgraded.
Yep.
There's a piece there's a element of Lego I need to show Palmer. By the way, all right. So do you know about the inverted tile?
I do. I got I don't remember what set it was. I think it was a hidden side set, and it had a little pink one.
Do you know about the inverted tile with thrusters on the bottom?
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's cool. It looks like a little oven in there.
Yeah. You can use it as an oven board. But yeah, really cool way to build small things and put thrusters.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
Really cool piece. You need to get that. All right, gents. We have now gone to an hour and 45 minutes, which is okay. And I'm glad that we've had a lot of folks in the chat. Sharing and talking and everything. We're glad, Adam, you joined us, and if it's okay, we'll have you in the rotation. You can come hang out with us whenever you feel, and you can show us things that are no one else can see anytime you'd like. Always make sure you go to find Ant Bandit on YouTube and give him some support. His videos are great, super creative, and super well done. And I hope you guys will check him out, like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. This channel actually hit over 200 and stayed over 200 subscribers this week. So we'll do a draw. Yay! And so we're appreciative of that. And we'll do a giveaway. I'll probably announce that this weekend when Jake and I do our show. And we're extremely grateful that you guys hung out with us. Glad you guys in the chat hung out. Adam, thank you for sharing with us. I'm all in, man. I love it. And I'm glad you got Wally behind you, which was designed by Angus McLean, who animator at Pixar. So that's a great set too. So you need to animate a little. Have you tried to animate him and do a movie with him?
Not yet, but I've thought about that. That is something. He's pretty posable, so I could get some life out of him. So yeah, I'd love to do that.
That'd be super cool. All right, thank you guys. We're going to log out now. So glad you guys were here tonight. Thank you for viewing. Like and subscribe and all that cool stuff. And just so grateful you guys are here. Have a good night, everybody. We'll hang around for the after show if you're in the chat here. Bye, everybody. Have a great night. Do something creative. Be nice.